think the first thing that attracted me to the song was it was different than anything that I'd ever done before. And you know, at first I was kind of wondering, is it something that I could pull off? Is it too far of a departure from, you know, the things I'd done in the past? But you know, with this record, we really wanted to try some new things and not intentionally go in a different direction, but to explore some new territory. And I felt like that this was a song that would kind of set the tone for that. And I feel like it was successful as far as that's concerned. The title track, I'm a Fire, I feel like that there's a lot of different meanings that can kind of be drawn from it, both personally and professionally. You know, album title has always been something that's been very important to me and something that I've always put a lot of thought into. And the song is actually a love song, which have been rare for me, but at this point in my life, it was just very important for me to kind of show that you know, I'm in a lot more positive place than I have been in probably years past. And it's kind of a tribute to the female, you know, to my wife, and you know, how she's kind of stuck beside me through this journey and kind of been there through the ups and downs, and just simply saying, you know, I'm a fire because of you. Yeah, you know, the piano, I think, is something always subconsciously I've been drawn to. My father was a band director and played the piano, and I never really had any bands growing up, and so, you know, when I grew up singing, if I had to sing at an event or a talent show or something, I always had to do it to my father and playing the piano. And so I think that, you know, when you spend so much of your life kind of growing up with that instrument, it's something that you're drawn to automatically. With this record, you know, I think that the songs that we picked kind of lent more to a guitar-based record and less piano, but we did go in and we didn't track it with a piano. All the piano parts are overdubs, and you know, very tasteful, very small amounts of it. To say that we consciously did it, I guess in a way we did, but at the same time it wasn't like we went in and intentionally said, you know, we can't have piano on this particular song or this particular song. It was just kind of, hey, let's go in and try to lay the base of the tracks down and then go back in later and see where we feel like the piano is kind of like fate's kind of calling it. Lyle County was one of the first songs that we recorded. You know, it was a bit nostalgic. You know, it's a topic that I'm sure my wife doesn't care to hear me talk about, but you know, I think that your first love is such a huge part of your life and kind of sets the tone for relationships in the future and how you go about them and really just your life in general. And it just, you know, I don't think that it's a negative thing or a bad thing to kind of reflect back on those times and you know, think fondly of them. You know, I learned so much from my first relationship, and you know, being back in my hometown and thinking, you know, this is my life for the next, you know, 50 years, and boy, was I ever wrong. But I think that shaped so much of who I was today or who I am today, and that's what the song's about. You know, it's saying, you know, hey, just because it's a long time ago doesn't mean that you forget it, and that's not a bad thing. And to have Little Big Town come in and sing on it was obviously a dream come true. We were on tour with them, and I got to hear them play every night, and you know, I was just reminded about how ridiculously talented they are, and just to have them be a part of it was really neat. Well, choosing Lee Ann Womack was a no-brainer. You know, I have a kind of an inside track with her. She's married to my producer, and she had sang on my last record, and I figured that she would be, you know, into the song, just her being such a, you know, country music historian and having such an appreciation for the history of it. But as far as picking the song, it actually, there was a song that I was ready to record that I'd written about my wife that was very, very much a personal thing for me, and something that I really felt strongly about having on the record. The recording process had gone so well that I felt like that it presented an opportunity to kind of take a chance on something, to do something a little different, to you know, kind of embark on a new challenge, so to speak. And having had Glen Campbell be such an influence on my career and my singing and everything that he's going through with his illness now, it presented me with an opportunity to kind of pay a small tribute to him. And you know, that's always been one of my favorites of his. And we just kind of sat down and talked about which song we felt like would fit with the record the best, and that we came up with that one. And the fact that Lee Ann chose to sing on it at the end of the day, I feel like kind of took it to another level. It's not, you know, it's not just simply a harmony part. You know, I told her from the very beginning I wanted her to sing from the top of the song, and I wanted her to sing it, you know, as if it was a Lee Ann Womack song and not just me singing.